Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good one. This is Beco de Alegria. And a poster just kind of reference. I think this is gonna go behind where I wanted to go as well, so I can see this stuff up there. So we're gonna definitely check this out. I'm kind of looking forward to this one. Let me give you a little bit of detail about where we are before we go up. But we are on Patane. That's Beco de Alegria. This is Rua de Palmeira. So this is where this small little town called Patane used to be, still is. It's now a part of overall Macau. And this area is where the ocean used to be. And then they reclaimed the land, and then they built those kind of bigger thorough streets in that direction as well. So anyways, this is Patane, and we are what used to be the ocean, where the coastline once was. And there's all these little villages, and there's a little Beco, and we're going to explore this one. And I'll tell you what is said in here too. Hey, check it out, Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. Okay, so this is Beco de Alegria, and we're gonna walk up here. And yeah, basically there was a poster you saw. I was in this Patane area, which is where this is where it used to be a little tiny village outside the Macau gates. So we're gonna walk up in here and kind of check it all out, and we'll just kind of see what we can all see. Huh, okay. So it looks like there's this direction, which might be a different street. You know, I think he explained it as one that's going to go in a circle, because he said here, see, Nachi 754 said it's probably my favorite one. It's not what I expected. You can see lots of old dwellings and glimpses of the past. Also, Beco de Alegria is like a world of itself. There are a couple of routes inside the Beco too, but it all belongs to the same Beco. Okay, that's what's happening now. The most interesting thing is the routes go around in a circle. Let's say it's a big Beco. It looks kind of cool already. Yeah, he's right. I wouldn't have guessed this. I would have been a little bit shy to go in here. Okay, there's an old well inside the Beco de Alegria. It's cemented and says Pozo. Wow, okay, this is already pretty cool. And there's a narrow lane that leads to a cool long-distance staircase to a gate. The cool red Tutigong shrine can be seen once you enter Alegria, and look to the right. If you take that route, it goes in a circle back to the main part of the Beco. Oh, I think we did that. If you go straight, once you enter, you go around in a circle and meet the shrine again. And at the base, okay, and then so he also references Corral. So I did a separate video of Corral, and so now I think I can see what was behind Corral. I did another video where I started walking up the steps. Is this the enclosed well? It might be. There's a painting right there too, the fan. Okay, so that's that up there is Kamoish Park. Huh, this is pretty cool. So, okay, so we started. So you kind of mentioned the circle right there. So I basically went around that way, and there was a Tutigong shrine. I think and then this one I think is going to go up behind Corral. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Wow. Wow. Amazing. Huh. So let's go up here and take a look. So yeah, this is actually, okay, I think I know exactly where we are. Oh, check that home out. You got a rooftop right there. I've seen this before in front of the temple. Yeah, that's Kamoish Park up there. So you can keep going up these steps and all the way up there, and then you go into Kamoish Park. This is wild. I love the viewers because they get to tell me, they'll tell me stuff I just didn't know anything about. And I think this one goes to a temple. I'm just gonna walk over here real quick. Yeah, it does. So this is where we were at. So we're walking around in that little car, in that Alegria. There's the Tudigo shrine. I can see the red shrine. And then yeah, this one is this goes up to this is super cool. I have viewed this temple from different angles, but I never knew about Alegria. It's really cool, really cool. Should I go back? I think I'm gonna go down. I'll go down this one. Should I? So our little Alegria is like right in that area. We'll just look for that green and white building just for a reference point. I kind of want to do the same thing because going down that hill I can reflect a little bit better, because that's my first time to see it. Here's a Beco called Katatua. So yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff in here. So I'm gonna go back down the same way. And it's funny because I have been to this temple. There's a cat on the roof over here. Yeah. It's pretty cool. But I never thought about going down into here. And I guess people will go up here to go up to Kamoish, which is something else I didn't know either. Okay, so over here you're kind of part of that okay. It's kind of really cool. Yeah, so Patane used to be outside of the Macau Gate. And the Macau Gate, historically, when it was, you know, like the Portuguese were settled in, they had their markers. And so Patane would have been just outside of the gate, which would have been a traditional Chinese village. So there's a lot of history right here. A lot of history. I mean, this history goes right back to right at the beginning of how we define Macau. I'm gonna go back down this way. So I think this is the well that's closed now. So yeah, a lot of these towns traditionally would have had a well. You had to get your water somewhere. I heard that that's why they built the reclaimed land as well, because there was an issue with the quality of water. Oh, I almost stepped on a frog right there. Oh, there's another cat right there. Okay, so that's the Tudigong Shrine right there. That's our target street. Beco da Alegria. So very, very, very interesting. Yeah, the poster, yeah, if you have other suggestions like this, you can make some comments below. Yeah, now I think I understand the corral. I think the corral, I did another video where I did corral, which is another Beco nearby. So we basically, that's kind of goes up, and then we were up in that space. So I'm just gonna go back down, and then Let me see. Yeah, those are both Becos, Beco de Alegria. So we're gonna go back down, and now we're back on Palmeira, which was the street that was historically on the coastline. And I think I'm just gonna go back to Corral. I did another video of Corral, and I kind of asked the viewers a little bit about it. So I'm gonna go up this one. So this is actually just parallel with that one, and they're just like all these little tiny ones. And this was relatively short. And I think when I did the Corral video, I basically asked the viewers what was up here, because I saw these stairwells, and I think that what they are is they go up to the Patane, go up to the Camoish Park. So yeah, last time I walked right up there, and I kind of peeked around, and I think that those are connected, and that is that railway. I think I looked down that rail right there, and then I went down that other one. So if I would have went up, I would have went to that railing. So now I kind of know. So that railing is when I looked down into what I thought was Alegria, but I was actually looking into Corral. So yeah, little Beco Corral and little Beco Alegria. So that's a little bit of Patane for you. And so that's Alegria. And we're just exploring the little Becos. And I think before I end this, I'm just going to share a few small things. So Palmeira is where Patane used to be basically on the coastline. So I don't know if this was how that was set up exactly like that, but that's what I heard. And then these little Becos would have came down from the hills. So this would have been the Dragon Beco. And I have filmed that, and I've seen other YouTubers film it as well. So that's a pretty good one to film. Over here is Escama. I filmed this one not too long ago. And Escama goes to the waterfront, so you can see the water directly there, that blue fence. So that blue fence is where the reclaimed land is at now. And what we're doing now is just walking through what would have been probably the main street of this little Patane village that would have been right on the ocean, going up to, it would have been on the, kind of on the mountainside a little bit, like those Becos. But it would have been a small Chinese village just outside the gate of where the Portuguese dwelled back in historical. Actually, some of these old buildings too. Okay, so that's basically Patane, and I think I'm going to end this at this house of the night watchman, because it's kind of interesting as well. I think I filmed in there a few times, so the guy might be tired of me, but I'll just kind of film it one more time. But at the end of the street, there's a house that's still remaining. It's one of the few houses, it's the only house left in all of Macau that has this history of the night watchman. The night watchman is basically a guy that would go through the village, and he would alarm people if there's a fire or some kind of issue to be worried about. And he would walk around with flashlights and also like whistles and kind of noisemakers like a drum. So we're gonna walk towards that, and it's actually coming up to the coming up on the right. We have all these other little Becos. All these little Becos go up into the hills a little bit. So that kind of gives you a reference of what Patane used to be like. So yeah, small village. And the ocean would have came up here. And some of those old Becos, they still have some of the older homes. And these streets here, they'll go to the reclaimed land part. So I think it was about 150 years ago, and they reclaimed the land in that area, this area, and they made it expand, and then they could put bigger roads, more traffic, and they also had some purposes with the water as well, so they helped that out. And then we're just gonna go into here real quick. And then you can see stuff about the night watchman. This is the street right here. And that would have been Camoish, I think. So these would be all the homes up on the hill. They're actually, it's a night watchman, night watchman, night watchman, night watchman. So the Patane. I'm not sure where the Patane, which part of that map it is, but so these are the night watchmen. I guess this is a thief. Maybe somebody coming in. So this would have been Camoish Park up here, and then Palmeira would have been on the coastline, is what I think. Then this is a temple that's nearby. Excuse me. Okay, so that's this temple is right outside, so we're gonna take a look at that, and I guess the night watchman house would have been right here. So this would have been it right here. That's what it would look like. And we are going to go take a look at the temple. So that's a temple. So yeah, this is definitely a Chinese village, Patane. There's a temple that would have overlooked the, I think the ocean would have came here too, and that's probably why they have these walls right here. It's just because of the water. Because I did hear that Palmeira was on the coastline, and there was an image where it looked like there was like a little bit of sand. So anyways, Alegria is a pretty cool Beco, and it goes right up into all these little mountainside stuff. So now of course it's all different, but it's all still pretty cool at the same time as well. And then I'm just gonna poke the camera over here. There's a bunch of reclaimed land and all kinds of interesting stuff. That's all. Yeah, that's all reclaimed land, all that stuff over there. The Patane would have followed the ocean and it would have came down this way. And then you can also see too that there's a new street here, Pedro Street, but actually has the same kind of feelings too, these smaller, older homes. And then the other one would be more the reclaimed land parts. Anyways, that's Patane. Gives you a little context, but now it's all enveloped in the city of Macau. So send it right there. Hey, check it out, Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. Toma cuidado la